Hello everybody, forgive the audio quality because it's windy outside and I gotta film a quick intro for this because, well, I'm never going to make it not sound crappy. This right here is my 1989 Pontiac Firebird and we are back working on it even more. The last couple times you guys saw this thing, we pulled it out of a field where it sat for like 7-8 years. We got it running and driving, drove it home, and then we did some routine maintenance on it, you know, oil change, plugs, wires, that sort of thing. Cleaned up the interior, and then now we're here. All right, and the rest of this intro is going to be filmed inside of the car after I did everything in this video because, well, I thought it would be okay enough with all that wind noise, but it really is not at all. But in this video, we are going to be cleaning this Firebird up. Right now, mechanically, it is a great running and driving car. I have been semi-daily driving it. I've been driving it to work for about a week now, and mechanically, it is a great car, but there are some issues with it. Number one, the interior in this thing is absolutely junk. This thing is full of random crap. It's full of rat poop. It's full of dirt. It's full of grime. It's just, like I said, it's full of random crap. I couldn't get in half the seats. So this thing is 100% going to need a deep clean inside of it. Whenever you drive with the windows down, rat poop and everything flies up into your eyes is not enjoyable at all. Underneath the hood of this thing is just as dirty. Underneath the hatch, the door seals, the exterior of it, it is all completely filthy from being a car that sat abandoned for close to 10 years. And the tires themselves are going flat. They're not holding air. They're a ticking time bomb. They're very, very weather checked. So we're going to fix all that in this video and make it an actually good and enjoyable daily driver, not just a daily driver. All right, so without me rambling along anymore, we're going to go into the actual footage I have of cleaning this thing up. Now, these things were filmed in different order than what I'm going to put in the videos. So if you see something that doesn't line up with the clip you already saw earlier in the video, just know it is all here. I just filmed this over the course of a couple days. And well, like I said, I might put something before another clip, even though it was recorded in a different order. So I hope it doesn't bother you too much, but that's how I'm going to do it. First things first, we are going to throw tires on this thing because, like I said, these tires are not holding air. They're leaking air out. I can't drive this thing with these old, ancient, flat-spotted, weather-checked tires. So the very first thing we're going to do is throw some wheels and tires on it. Now, these rims came off of our parts Firebird, but the tires came off of that old Mercedes diesel we had. That car was a hunk of junk, and the tires are a little bit smaller than what it really needs, but, I mean, they were free tires. So first things first, let's get these aluminum rims with the new-ish, well, new-to-me tires mounted on this thing. All right, well, just like that, it's got tires and rims on it. A few of them are a little bit low, so I'm gonna run to the gas station real quick and air them up to the right pressure. I could bring my air compressor out, but I don't want to string out the hose and everything like that. I'll just run to the gas station. I gotta go down there anyways to talk about somebody with an old car, but look at that. Got wheels and tires on the thing. Actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's definitely smaller than the old tires used to be, but it's not like unbearably bad. It's not great, but it's not unbearable. All right, now that we got the tires mounted on this thing, next thing we're gonna do is deep clean this interior. Like I said, this thing was horribly filthy in here. It really, really needed a deep clean, so let's knock that out right now. All right, we got a pile of crap right there. Okay. All right, so what I just did is I ripped the headliner out. This thing was junk. Now I'm gonna vacuum all this cushion up here so that way it doesn't shed on me when I drive because it was pretty bad. Oh yeah. Got one side semi-clean. Now to just do that back there and all the front. Yippee! Oh. All right, well, there's the passenger side done. It actually looks pretty all right. It's extremely presentable now. There's a little bit, I sprayed some Febreze on there to make it smell nice, but now we're gonna do the same thing over on the driver's side and then behind it, and then we get to move on to the back, and this thing actually will be a presentable, cromulent piece of automotive engineering and not a rat nest infested turd that smells and will give me gonorrhea herpesiphilates.
Keep
All right, so camera died, but off camera I cleaned up the back here. Looks pretty nice. I mean, it's not perfect, but my plan with this is, you know, it's 40 years of dirt and grime. I'm gonna clean this thing and then I'm gonna drive it for a week or two, and then I'll come back and clean it again, and we'll just work through all the different layers of dirt. But this thing is no longer a hantavirus waiting to happen. It's actually pretty darn good. I did have to pull the headliner out. There was no saving it. It was sagging, it was bad, it was flopping. I vacuumed up all the crap so it doesn't rain on us whenever we drive it. But I mean, like I said, this is way more presentable than it was before. All right, and off camera, I installed a few interior upgrades after we cleaned it out. I got a little tire pressure monitoring system right there, just the ones off eBay that just, you know, use little watch batteries in your valve stems to make them work. I've got a little radio transponder here. The radio in this thing is super cool. It's old. It doesn't have Bluetooth, but it is pretty neat, so I wanted to keep it. So now I can play Bluetooth tunes. And then I added a phone mount, a little, you know, wireless one that'll recharge my phone, and it's electric. So all right, now that we got the inside looking good and everything like that, let's move to the outside. Let's make the outside of this thing be the same as the inside, not give me a virus whenever I want to wrench on it.
I'm not taking my quarters off. I have quarters on tour.
All right, so forgive the brain rot, but what we're gonna do now, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna clean the outside of this thing. We're in the car wash. I've got like $20 worth of quarters that's deep cleaned this dirt. All right, that's a hell of a lot cleaner. That is a hell of a lot better.
What do you mean? I see nothing wrong.
Yeah, don't look at the other side. The other side.
I see nothing wrong.
There we go. Yeah. It's actually a great looking car.
I see nothing. Are you recording?
Yes.
I see nothing wrong.
Oh, you fat ate on my red. What the hell, dude? You put a dent in my quarter panel or my fender. What the hell? I want to look underneath the hood, dude. That actually looked really a lot better. Wow. It ain't perfect, but that's a lot better than what it was.
Really good.
All right, and well, just like that, we're back home with a clean car. This thing did not clean up perfect. I mean, it's, you know, worn through on the red and the clear coat on a lot of it, but it looks a hell of a lot better. There's no more mold, moss. There's nothing growing on this car anymore that's going to give me disease on the inside or the outside. All right, and before we film an outro and everything, let's just do one quick final walk around this thing and show you guys how it cleaned up. Right under here in the engine bay, it's a lot cleaner than it was. Like I said, there's no more rust and grime and everything built up in the cowl. It cleaned off fairly decent. The engine looks a little bit better. I mean, there still is some built up grime and everything like that I could do a full detail on, but right now it's a lot more wrenchable than it was before, and that was the main goal. I just didn't want to contract some disease that I didn't have before putting parts on it. And one thing I have learned working on this thing, I'm pretty sure this thing is all original. The VIN number stickers is on like every single one of these parts, the fenders, the front end, everything. I don't think this thing has a single aftermarket panel on it, which is pretty darn impressive, especially considering how straight it is minus the single dent in the passenger side front fender. So this thing has gone like 40 years without any real accidents, apart from that little guy right there. But like I said, you didn't clean up perfect, but you cleaned up all right. There is some, you know, primer showing through, especially on this fender here. I don't know if maybe it did get sideswiped and they repainted it and didn't sand it down right, or this is just new paint or something, but this fender is a little bit worse than the rest of the car. The clear coat when you get down here, it's pretty good, but up there, it's pretty well peeled off, especially on the roof. It's peeled off pretty bad. I saw the glass cleaned up pretty darn nicely. The interior cleaned up pretty darn nicely. Like I said, it's not perfect. I've been living in this thing for a little bit, but I mean, it's so much better than it was before. I've got the tire pressure monitoring system over there. I've got my phone mount. I've got a little Bluetooth AM FM radio transponder so I can use this sweet Pioneer. And I'm semi-convinced this thing right here has some aftermarket speakers in it, because this thing sounds way better than it should for an 80s cheapo base model, you know, no performance audio package, nothing. This thing sounds way better than it should. Surprisingly, in this window track back here, when I washed it out, there was no big signs of rust on these cars, or any car really, on these window tracks. If there's dirt and debris where the rain is supposed to drain, it'll hold it up and hold moisture and rust them out. So I'm pretty darn happy there's nothing here. There are a few chips here and there on the rear spoiler, you know, through the paint and into the fiberglass a little bit. I'm gonna have to clean those up, but there's nothing really bad keeping me from, you know, respectfully daily driving this thing. The taillights turned out pretty good. Like, I don't know if I pointed it out before, but there is a little crack in the driver's side one there, and then a little one in the passenger side one, but it is completely livable and not even illegal. It doesn't even show white light through it, so it's actually completely street legal. And I know what some of you guys are going to say. Yes, these tires are not the right size. They are too small. It makes this thing look like a little bit of a lowrider. And yes, I agree. I wish the tires were a little bit bigger. But like I said, the rims came off that car and the tires came off of a car I scrapped. They were free. Now, they were basically free. They weren't completely free. I brought them to a tire shop. They charged me $100 to rip those tires off of the Mercedes rims, rip the tires that were on these snowflakes off there, and put these tires on there and balance them. So $100 for wheels and tires on a car that I can now drive and have fun with and not worry about tires that are like 15 years old blowing out and tearing up a quarter panel. I'll take that, even if they are a little bit small. And so, without further ado, that's where this video is going to end, with one nicely cleaned up and a respectable $500 Firebird. Now, I know I'm probably going to bite my words when I say this out loud, but so far, I am really happy with how far this thing has come along. For a $500 Firebird, I could not have asked any more. I mean, think about it. All we really did when we pulled this thing out of a field was throw a fuel pump, an alternator, and a serpentine belt on it, and some tires, and this thing has been a great daily driver. Don't get me wrong, I have done some maintenance, you know, plugs, wires, oil change, things like that. But, I mean, apart from that, this thing is basically the exact same car it was when it sat in the field for all those years. And you know what? I cannot beat that. $500, especially in this day and age, for one of these cars is a hell of a deal, especially when it's this clean. So, without me rambling along anymore, I'm going to end this thing here. I am super happy we got my car cleaned up where it's completely livable for a daily driver, for a nice weekend cruiser, for going down gravel roads and trying to find more projects for the channel. This thing is exactly what I needed. If you guys like this type of stuff, let me know down in the comments below. While you're down there, let me know what you guys want to see me do to this thing next. Do you guys want to see some performance upgrades? Do you guys want to see me install the frame braces I have from the front to back? Do you guys want me to pillage through the Firebird over there, take off some of the parts that are good on it, install it on here? You know, the cowl hood, the pop-up lights, the amazing aerial antenna. Maybe the front bumper off that car, you know, the flat nose. It's supposed to be a Trans Am bumper. Do you guys want me to install it on this thing? I'm not gonna lie, this thing is a V6, so I'll feel a little bit bad putting Trans Am parts on it, but that is the end goal for this car. I do love the way those Trans Am cars look with the body cladding and the honeycomb rear taillights and everything like that. That is the end goal for this car on the outside, at least. Or do you guys want to see this thing just be driven? Do you want me to take a road trip on this thing, cruise some junkyards, cruise some racetracks, just find cool old stuff in the glorious state of Iowa where I'm located? Let me know down in the comments below what you guys want to see next. While you're down there, if you wouldn't mind, click that like button if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, click that subscribe button to help out the channel, click that notification bell to be notified whenever I upload next. Normally, I follow a pretty darn consistent upload schedule. I upload every Friday, mid-afternoon, 3:30 p.m. my time. Like I said, I'm in Iowa. I forget exactly what time zone that is. Sometimes I do upload in the middle of the week if it's a Buick video whenever I paint it for a holiday. I normally upload it on that holiday if it falls in the middle of the week. And well, that's where this video is going to end, without me rambling along anymore. This right here was Josh from Risk Ranch just cleaning up our $500 1989 Pontiac Firebird V6 5-speed 3rd Gen F body. I hope you guys are having a good day, night, week, whatever it is. I hope you guys are having a great one, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out and goodbye. I didn't want to be the guy that, you know, filmed random children without their consent. That'd probably put me on a watch list somewhere.
Mr.
nicknames his private member Lazarus because he has risen from